We got an Undying, we've got an Abaddon. I am really enjoying this, and we've got ourselves a game 3.
As long as the Abaddon job, which is not an easy job, that if you can do it right, want that aggression and let his horse get online early.
I would not want to be the Abaddon here. I just feel like you're going to constantly be trying to save your teammates and getting yelled at for not doing it. But they can also potentially have some aggression coming out from Unknown. Wyvern with that Octobone, with that Splinter Blast. Abaddon actually has quite a bit of damage output if you can get the Aphotic Shield to explode, or maybe you're just going to slow them with the Curse of Avernus. But we have a 5-man smoke rotation and they want to snowball someone. E-Wolves getting ready to do it. We'll introduce the players after somebody dies, and it looks like it's gonna be Hoshimiki. Now, taking a lot of damage. No, they want to kill. Oh gosh, they want to make sure he doesn't get the bounty room. He'll respawn for it. Takes the snowball, a bunch of people picked up in it. They've got the arrow hitting as well, and this is a very dead Alchemist.
And he skilled Cold Embrace. This game is like...
Already.
That's just problematic.
Yeah.
First off, you pick 2 supports to stop.
No, they have
like
to go.
that.
They have to stop him from getting the bounty rune. What are they doing? They want more kills on E-Wolves, and I think they're missing the bigger picture of the bounty runes. Oh, they're going in again. Windrunner. Now they realize they're like, shit, we're gonna give them the bounty runes, but I think Van is gonna go down here. And Smash and Van are in the wrong part of town. They need to woke it up, but of course she has bloody Shackle Shot. She doesn't have the Shackle of Dreams. There's a Searing Chain. She's gonna go down, and they get a kill onto the docks here. But they do manage to get the bounty rune. What?
Killed the Doxia?
No, they get a kill onto as in the Doxia gets a kill on him, like he got a kill.
Oh, okay, sorry.
Yeah, it was poorly said. Look,
please, I'm
if you could just pretend I'm perfect and bear with the gods.
Hey, I try, but when I'm tired, these errors just, you know.
Yeah.
However,
they accumulate.
They don't get the bounty on the Elk, so
yeah,
Windrunner death is warranted.
Yeah, I actually think it's worth it to get the death there. And here comes some arrows. It's gonna hit! That was, I think, oh god, I don't know how long it was. The Aphotic Shield saving his life, though. That was like at least a 4-second arrow, right?
That was 4 or 5 seconds, for sure.
Yeah.
You shot it from like here. That's definitely enough.
I'm pretty sure Masoku should be called the M-God and not Mystico. And speaking of that, let's do some introductions super late because we had a lot of action, folks. We've got Mystico as M-God on Undying. We've got Stinger playing that Tusk. We've got Masoku on Mirana. Mid, we're gonna have Smash on his famous Ember Spirit. And finally, that means Van up on the Windrunner. Going against Adoxia. Gonna be interesting to see how that pans out.
The wife is getting gone on.
Oh, yeah, the Cold Embrace, but will it be enough? He's healing up a shit ton. I think he still goes down to auto attack. They have another decay and Ice Dodge as well. He's not escaping, and now maybe Gyrocopter's in no man's land. When is the next decay up? No, I think it's too long. He's taking a while. They need to hit this decay, but Undying, he doesn't want to go in ham. He's taking too much damage and he backs out. Gonna be A-okay on the Gyro.
Kill mid. Okay, that's obviously the Abaddon. Smash thinking he can get a kill there, and the Abaddon just turning it around.
Being a cheeky bugger, as we like to say. So this game already off to the same start that the first one was. We have 2 kills a minute. It looks like okay, that was just him taking. I thought Undying was going down. It was just the decay stacks wearing off.
I wouldn't be surprised if he goes for his rune and denies to rush. But yep, opts to eat a tango, so he doesn't want to do that.
Yeah.
I'm not sure why you.
No, I think he's gonna. Yeah, he's gonna deny himself. He's like, oh, I shouldn't have done that.
That's just autopilot Dota.
Yeah.
And quickly finish off the introductions. We have Zitok on the Abaddon. I don't have a clue who the elk is. Is it Aton?
Yes, that is a ton. Aton, that is him. His name is
actually
Peru.
want to say the name I see on my screen.
No, I think it says Peru is sore, shiny, soft. It could be Peru is soft. Maybe it's a very squishy country and he feels it's a soft one. Arrow! How did they hit that arrow? He's gonna self-stop. Does he suicide himself? No! How the shit did he hit that arrow? How did he know he would walk back?
You just know these things as a player, honestly. Like, it's impressive to watch, but being able to read people's movements is really not that hard when... It's actually harder to read, like, retards' movement. You don't know what they're gonna do. Like, he knows he's gonna move that way, and then he gets tackled by the Ember.
Yeah.
He's gonna self-stun!
Oh my goodness, yeah, he's gonna self-stun and now Smash, he's just gonna walk it off, get Searing Chains on both of them. There is no follow-up there. All I
And to
heard
quickly
from what you
finish this
said.
off, Greedy on the docks here. Someone's name who doesn't exist, so I'm
That's
guessing it's
Kataru.
Kataru.
Yeah, Kataru.
Then
I call him Hoshimiki.
we have Yashuhara Emma, the... I have no fucking clue who
I don't watch enough anime for this shit, is what I'm saying.
No, I mean, hate on anime, but I just don't watch any of it because I don't watch TV at all.
I would, I'm just backlogged, and you have to do your full attention to anime because you can't watch it dubbed, you have to watch it subbed. M-God taking quite a bit of damage, gonna take a Rocket Barrage as well. He does have another decay up soon. He drops the Tombstone, now here comes the Snowball. They snowball on the Gyro though. I feel like the easier kill would have been the Wyvern, and now doing a lot of damage, but with the decay stack's gonna be fine. The Splinter Ball still hasn't killed up M-God, he finally goes down, and this was not the fight they needed to turn. I think they had to snowball onto the Wyvern, make sure she couldn't get off that Winter's Curse. And they're gonna get fat bounty gold on that sigil.
Yeah, definitely go for the greedy kill. Fortunately, how it went down, there was a creep wave like here, and they went here, so bottom couldn't get an arrow. She tried to like leap in and get one, but I think the Wyvern picked point blank. So a lot of the damage was hitting there.
In the meantime, discussing these lanes, we've got a lot of farm coming out on Greedy. He is having a great time here. It doesn't feel like Van can do anything against him. Although Van is getting decent farm as well, you know? They're both gonna get fat in this top lane. And we have another engagement on mid, but I don't think you should be there, Smash. Yeah, he backs out after doing a lot of damage to that Alk. On the upside for Smash, he's gonna have the level advantage here just because there have been two mid for so long. Oh, here comes the stun. He gets the Searing Chains. Is he going to be able to throw it? Alk does. And it's quite a bit of damage, but Undying in the bottom lane. Look, guys, I need you to one kill at a time on the map. Come on. M-God's thinking about going ham, but he is going to maybe pay the price for that one. Again, he uses Soul Rip to make sure he stays alive. I wanted to discuss lanes and how they should be going, but...
This is about right. The aggression's obviously something that's hard to account for, but one big thing to note is Wolves got this ward off at the start of the game when they went for the level 1 kill, so Alk's stacks are not as efficient as they would like to be, because the Abaddon's constantly sitting and he needs some way of getting back into the game, XP-wise, and that's generally by stacking and leashing XP when the Alk takes it. However, he's not even opting to go for the levels in Acid Spray.
Yeah,
Makes this ancient stack for the gyro, so it's going to be a much later time where the Abaddon gets his experience.
I did want to ask about that. I feel like maxing Acid Spray, that's usually the build I see. He actually is maxing the stun, it looks like, and maybe the Greevil's Greed. Not sure which one he's going to opt in for. And actually, the Chemical Rage has ended. Let's see what they can do here. Searing Chains. I don't think Smash has the DPS. He needs
definitely
more.
does.
Oh, the arrow won't hit this time. Not gonna thread the needle on those creeps and Smash needs remnants away. But now Masoku might be the one taking the damage. No, instead it's Undying. Mystico going down and gonna feed them a nice tombstone. Is he gonna farm zombies here? Oh, he doesn't.
No, the tower would have killed it, so zombie farming not an option.
Yeah, I believe that's a bug. I don't think it's meant to be in Reborn. I don't know if it's been patched recently, but I saw it in another game
they used
recently.
to give gold and they count as creeps, so
Oh,
I don't
top
think
lane
there's
when
any
it
way
goes down.
happening.
Yeah, I just caught the tail end of that kill. We're counting that as folks watching at home.
Another self-stun mid, but he doesn't worry, he has the regen. He's actually doing pretty well in this lane considering the build.
Yeah.
I like the fact he wants to be more active though, as opposed to the AFK clan.
Yeah.
Still really like the level spray though. He's actually gone 2-2-2, so going back for it.
It totally synergizes well with whatever else is going on around here, and we have a really bad power shot coming out from Van. Either way, looking at the bigger picture, I'm assuming, I could be wrong, we don't know what type of Alk this is. I think we call it poor man's Naga Siren Alk is very popular. If they do this, E-Wolves is going to need bots up on Smash, I think, to in any way respond to the split push they're going to be handed.
I definitely don't think that's the way he's going to go. just because of the fact
Radiant structures
gone for this build. I feel like the Radiance is still a really good option on the hero. He just synergizes very well. And the miscans is going to be irrelevant. They're actually diving bottom, but they're going to pull down.
They're also being shits up top, and yeah, the dive bottom, maybe not the right thing to do with these TPs in, but they're in the snowball! They're going onto Kataru on that gyrocopter. He's taking quite a bit of damage. Wonderful's doing work too, but the tombstone is still active. Mystico probably gonna fall here, and they kill off the tombstone. Mystico, will the Cinder Blast hit him? It won't do enough because of all those decays, but can Hoshimiki get some auto attacks in? And they get it with that mist coil, and oh, a beautiful Ice Shard placement. It's gonna work out. I think he's fine. He's gonna walk it off. So Mango Eaton not gonna get the kills.
Considering he snowballed into 3 heroes, pretty much, that worked out pretty well. I think they were both dead actually if it wasn't for snowball, so it was really heads up play by him. He's actually diving mid on the Ember.
Yeah, again, he's got Windrunner to help him out. This stun isn't going to be a self-stun, but she's getting more than enough damage. The Shackle doesn't latch, but they don't need it. And there's a casual Undying nearby just in case.
May as well, right? Obviously wanting to be there if there's any more backup coming from the unknown squad. These Splinter Blasts have been doing so much damage.
Yeah, I mean, it does huge amounts of damage, and it has a really short cooldown, the spell. I think it's 7 seconds, so I was gonna say 8, but we'll pretend, and you, all along. I think as well, it's really, they're doing a good job constantly bringing the pressure onto Alchemist. If you can kill off a ton, even though he hasn't maxed Screeble's Greed, he's the top farmer. So killing him off repeatedly, always good. But let's see if Masoku can land another Arrow of Dreams. As you said, as long as Greedy isn't a retard, this is easy. And in fact, I see, that's what you're talking about. He didn't realize that Greedy would get stunned by the Shackle.
I think that was just...
Missed time?
He had to leap first there. A professional bottom player would know that, but obviously he's just not on par. You know, only hitting semi-good arrows this game.
I feel like Mirana hasn't been in the meta for a while, and she got a buff last patch, so...
I mean, that's like insignificant buff.
Well, she's been picked a lot more this patch compared to 0 last patch, so I feel like either the buff or something else has changed in the meta, making her more viable. Are there players right now who play her professionally? I'm not sure.
I really don't know. I've only been watching the games I've been casting recently, so...
Yeah, that'll welcome to my life. Either way, we have some rotations down bottom. They don't want them to get this tower for free, and they do have some kill potential here. Again, M-God, you need a Decay of Dreams to keep yourself alive. You can also go for the Soul Rip, but no one's nearby. Pops the zombies up front, and there's going to be an Ice Shard. Where is the snowball? Here comes Ember Spirit steering Chains, and he doesn't have level 6 yet on the bonus, but they are going to get a kill onto Alp. He might go down here. He pops the Chemical Rage, and they're probably all just going to walk it off. I say a smash. He actually goes for some scouting, catching out on some stacks. There was some really shit English there.
I obviously just want to quickly clarify this. He's a really good bottom player.
You're being sarcastic. I know.
Yeah, Twitch chat might hate me a bit for that, so I just want to clarify.
No. I think his bottom has been clearly doing work on Masoku, and even though I clearly don't play up there with the greats, I'm sure he would arrow me all the time. No innuendo, I just realized that could... Yeah, I'm sorry.
Phrasing!
I'm so sorry. I'm really bad at this. Oh.
I mean, not a bad thing to be arrowed, right?
What? In Dota, yes.
Quote arrowed.
Oh yeah. In Dota, it's horrible though, right? You're gonna get
catching out the outfit.
Can he get the kill though? I know. Oh, I don't think he has enough damage. He does use the punch. He gets it. I am a little bit surprised, and it was very close that Chemical Rage was coming off of cooldown as he went for that gank, and it looks like Searing Chains, Abaddon still only level 4. I think this is enough damage. No, the Aphotic Shield is gonna split, and with the Ice Shot should be good, but can they get any sort of return? No. Greedy's here, and Smash isn't someone you can catch onto on this Ember Spirit. And now off Wyvern's trying to kill off Mr. Ice Shards, of course, knowing, he uses the Winter's Curse even, and they've got a cooldown. This is a very dead Tusk. Snowball? He's gonna... Yeah, I think Snowball would delay the inevitable. I guess it's worth it there to make them take a little bit more time. Oh my goodness, Smash is gonna get vacuumed back! He's gonna Remnant all over the place.
Is under attack.
I actually kinda like the build Smash is going for this game. I really like Maxi Guard personally, but he's not quite earlier just to be able to set up the arrows from bottom and be more aggressive with his hero in general.
Yeah, sorry about the background.
Going in bottom as well for the stun.
Oh gosh,
I don't think it's gonna matter though.
I just want to take a sip of my drink, so everything is is good,
I'm
but
fortunate. I can do that while you're talking.
I know,
I
I
don't
talk a
talk
lot.
as much as you.
Yeah, you're very lucky. Either way, we're gonna have a full engagement, and the Chemical Rage, it's gonna be on cooldown at the same time. They might lose top tower, but they want to go ham. It's as you said, they're ready. Smash has a DD. He's gonna do a lot of damage, even though he does. Oh, we've got more TBs coming in. This might be a mistake. They know the Winter's Curse is on cooldown, but looking like they've decided maybe this wasn't the play to make. Smash is gonna remnant right into the cooldown. Vacuum almost stays in place. He dodges one with the Sleight of Fist, but it's not gonna be enough. And this team fight has gone horribly. Arrow may land, but there's gonna be no follow-up, and goodbye, Mystico. Surged up, making sure he gets it. And Masoku was like, I may as well just bomb. My teammates are all dying.
That's just such a hard play to go for when you don't have the
Oh, really nice snowball away coming out of Stinger, making sure he doesn't go down there to the gyro, feed them another kill. And even dropping his item though, he's really close. This game is super even, or it was until that kill. Looks like it's now swinging a bit in favor of Unknown, but before that this game had been very, very even.
The Elk just has his relic now, so a bit of a slower radiance, but considering the build he went and the amount of time he spent dead / fighting middle, not bad. Still topping the net worth by quite a lot.
Yeah. This is the problem though. I feel like as an alchemist you're expected to be way, way ahead of the curve, and he is only ahead by about 1,000. Although that's
Definitely
increasing
enough
as
at
we
this
speak.
stage, though.
Yeah, and
Is
it does look.
Wrong.
Looks like it's going to be the Radiance. So.
Yeah, I definitely expect him to go for at least the Radiance. But then I think he's going to transition away from the normal build.
Oh, and the smoke is going to
Maybe.
actually start right into it. They dropped the tombstone. They should be able to catch up Warver in here. I don't think they're getting greedy. Immediately uses the Winter's Curse. Can't he flap away? But there's a snowball arrow going to land as well. War's punch not quite enough. They finally got the damage, but that was a beautiful vacuum wall. They're also getting the stun up. Still no ult onto Mr. Abaddon, but there is a cooldown. They need to get the hell out of dodge. Do they have detection items? He needs detection and tombstone. They finally knocked it out. They're going back in. Windrunner gets the shackle of dreams. Arrow to make sure they finish him off, and this chemical rage is it's actually going to be up for years. He might be able to toss something. God, I think you're dying. He takes a lot of damage, and he has gone down. And somehow they kill an alchemist. Windrunner, I think, using just mass damage. I was really impressed they killed him through the chemical rage. They forced a buyback out of Gyro, and Evil's understanding that it is their time to get the hell out of dodge. Masoku hiding in the trees. Yeah, and that is
timing for Evil's to fight.
Gosh, he actually came back in on Smash.
Yeah, they definitely want to go for more here. If they can catch
Let's
Gyros.
see. Yeah, they're gonna have the searing chains. They can set up an arrow if they are so inclined. Taking a lot of damage anyway, but you know the cooldown's down, and even though Smash is gonna get stunned, they have a snowball coming out. War's punch should be there to follow up. Doesn't need it with the ice shards, and you have no wall, so that is a silly, silly vacuum dodge here. And he's gonna probably eventually follow. The mech doing good work, and he's surged up under the tower. Maybe they don't want to follow him here. Ice shards off the mark. Searing chains is bad, but the arrow is so cool.
Oh no, Bottom's trapped. She has to hit creeps. Team help.
She's fine. She's gonna have Windrunner help her out, and yeah, a really nice play there all around. At the same time, it looks like the mid. But again, they got a bunch of kills, and they only lost the Undying. Windrunner Van, who started, he had a decent start up top. He was suddenly lost it in Creepswell. He is upping his worth, and he has a Blink Dagger already, and with that, he gets a Shackle again. Chemical Rage not making it as good, but this Chemical Rage, it is coming off. And now they're going to use that cold embrace Windrunner. She's going to power shot through it. They need to burn him a little bit more, and he goes down. Finally has that borrowed time, but it might be not enough. But there's the Winter's Curse of Dreams. They're still going to catch Mr. Abaddon, and they get the Wyvern to boot. Unfortunately, losing their top net worth in the Windrunner, but I think you're happy because now Smash has eclipsed her. And holy Hannah, this game is full of death. We are at 2 kills a minute. Net worth a little bit in favor of E-Wolves, but it has been a bumpy, even ride.
I think you have to expect that though when you see Evil's draft. They're just gonna run at you and cast ults, and it's probably gonna work unless you play really well around it.
Yeah.
I don't have the heroes to do it, but this Abaddon is just a null factor because he's far behind. Especially going in on the turret.
You know, Gyrocopter looking like he's very dead. The arrow hits again because of course it does, and gonna go down. The Abaddon I feel like has been doing.
When he TP'd in.
Oh no, I totally missed that, and he's actually going to walk away. The Searing Chains don't latch. There's going to be a nice little power shot. Just a Sigil is back here.
They might try and re-engage with this pop. She has no arrows soon.
I think that they've been doing a really good job on the Abaddon despite the levels. Oh, they see him. They've got a sentry right on top of you, Mr. Tusk Stinger. You got to be careful. He's going to snowball away, making sure to get out. Windrunner, though, can back him up. Do they have anybody else? A really nice ice shell to come out. Stinger in a lot of trouble. The arrow actually going to whiff for once in his life. There is the tombstone and the shackle doing a lot of damage. There is no Winter's Curse this time, and they're just going down. Eventually, slowly, borrowed time, buffing them all up. And of course, that cold embrace keeping them alive. But the cooldown, it's whoa, no, never mind. Sleight of Fist gets the Wyvern. Shackle gets immediately purged off by the Apodic Shield. M-God looking to be the one taking a lot of damage. Probably can't stand up to all of this. Smash coming back in with an Invis rune. Can he do anything? Looks like he's going to think better of it.
I mean, they're trying, but there's a lot of chance in hell.
Yeah, I wanted to say I think Abaddon's actually doing fantastic work considering what he's given. He's been purging off so many shackles, getting rid of a lot of people being in trouble from Mirana Arrow as well. It's just this game is ridiculous. There's a lot of stuns coming out from E-Wolves, and Abaddon can't be in every lane saving everybody's life.
No, he can't, unfortunately, but that's why he's Abaddon and he's barely picked.
Yeah. So, a little bit unfortunate for him there, but either way, I think doing a good job. Windrunner, she is approaching that Aghanim Scepter, gonna buff up her damage a bunch. I'm gonna do item serve, tell me if someone's being slayed. We've got a bad, just rocking the boots. He's poor. The Radiance is active, and the mischance in it added a few patches back, and it just really helps you out. I feel like it makes it much more viable on a lot of people, and of course Windrunner here, making sure that she misses, forcing her into an MKB, maybe even forcing the Ember Spirit will be really nice. Mech is up on Darkseer as well. I think he should go Blink next. Do you think he'll go Guardian Greaves though?
I'd favor the Blink personally, because the way you also playing, they're kind of running into you, so having a way to counter-initiate on top of the Abaddon is just a lot easier.
Speaking of running into them, there is another arrow combo. No time for that cold embrace, and Darkseer is just going to TP out. They get themselves an easy support kill.
I think they'll take that, because they get the tower deny in favor of getting the kill, which probably more money. The Wyvern had a decent amount of gold, so they probably don't know that though.
Yeah, she was probably saving up that Blink Dagger, very popular first item on Wyverns, because of course that positioning for the Winter's Curse can be OP. And Smash, I don't think this is your part of town right now. You're strong, but I don't know if you're this strong. He's actually gone the drums, now working on his Battle Fury. I like this build, just because it is something where I feel like this game, he's been fighting so much. So. Yeah,
the drums helps a lot with your team.
And he dodges.
Definitely the more fight-orientated build as opposed to the Aquila.
Already out of charges, by the way. Mirana, despite being super rich or getting a lot of kill involvement, she is 3-0 and 8. Can we just talk about her impact for a second? 3-0 and 8 on a support Mirana? Whew. So.
Yeah, but they've been winning most of the engagement they're in, and she's fairly easy hero to not die on because you just stay pretty far back. Especially if the build is gone, his Starfall's not. Hasn't been high level for most of the game. He's getting the levels now, so it's going to start being more impactful in these fights. And he's actually rifling a decent amount because of the build he went. He's going to transition into more of a core than most bottoms, I feel like.
Yeah, M-God gonna take the casual stun. They're actually trying to maybe set up on Smash on bottom, but this is a hard kill, and he remnants away, and we have a smoke rotation coming out. They have to know this. I feel like they do. They could just snipe the courier here, and they saw the ward being placed with that sentry. They should know that they're there, but it's nighttime. He may have not been in vision. They miss out on the courier on the side of E-Wolves, and they're gonna pop up the sigil. But they were going ham on Smash, and Smash locked down with that Wyvern ult. I don't know if this is the fight they want to take. They know a lot of big cooldowns are down, though, but you don't have to fight into the chemical rage, and that is rough. They vacuum back the Windrunner. She's going to manage to walk it off. I don't think Radiance Bone is going to be enough. And the stun. She should. Oh gosh, she's going to go down here. She's not going to get away in time. Goodbye, Van. And that is a huge amount of gold for the side of Unknown. And now they might even be able to find out Mr. Tusk. He's going to take a lot of damage, but it looks like they're backing off. I think going for the wraparound smoke was a bit ambitious there when Smash was so far out of position.
That's just communication team though. Like, when your captain says we're coming behind, you obviously want to put some pressure on them to either force them back or try and initiate for your team, but can't get caught out. That's like the worst scenario you can have happen. So, puts Unknown back in the game, I feel like. He was doing a really good job.
Oh, we have a very dead Tusk. He's gonna take. Oh, he actually snowballs in. Means he won't take at least part of the cooldown. And here comes Undying, but I think this is just gonna be a feed by E-Wolves. Where's the backup arrow hit on the gyrocopter? They're trying to take out this, but he's gonna take remnants to the face. Comes out the mech. They actually get the bloody deny. Well done, but it's not gonna be enough. And can they follow up going on to Mr. Alchemist? He doesn't have the chemical rage for another 10 seconds. Do they have enough damage with the Radiance Bone and everything? Here's some more lockdown for it, and I think it's to the dead out. Power shot misses, but that is enough. And Abaddon, while he got the impressive deny, not enough. Also, Wyvern's Blink Dag is up. She got that during that last fight.
Nice to have that in conjunction with the Darkseer, because you're normally quite far behind as a Wyvern, so having it at the same time is really big.
Yeah, she survived a few team fights, and as you said, you can certainly get lockdown, force them to fight each other, while you also maybe have the illusions attacking or set up a nice vacuum wall combo. But we have a Midas on Tusk. He went it after the mech, I'm pretty sure, or maybe I'm just really oblivious to how this game has been going.
You are correct with that statement.
Oh. Which one? So
I'll let you figure that one out.
We got the Aghanim coming out on Windrunner, so that's gonna be more damage for her. Her farm slowed down a little bit since she hasn't been slaying all over the place, but she's still doing pretty damn well for herself. And Smash is almost at the Battle Fury, pretty average timing on that. I believe this patch, the Battle Fury timing is 25 minutes, so.
Yeah, but I don't think that accounts for drums, with normally like 1,000 more on top, so he's farming really well. 100 CS, 10 kills. It's not the highest amount of farm, but he's been really active this game, so it makes it alright. The Elk is opting to go for the Nagasiren-esque build. I don't mind the Manta too much, because it's still good when you're fighting. It gives you a way to dodge the arrows with the setup. You can also dodge shackle shots, you can dodge the self-stun on yourself. So as long as he uses it well, it's pretty good. Just a farming tool though, I don't like it as much.
Yeah. So we've got, oh wow, Van being a little bit ham in the bottom lane, managing to catch on to that haste and walk it off.
I think he was trying to solo Roche and then quickly realized, this isn't working.
Yeah, not exactly something I feel like Windrunner can do at level 13 with just a Blink and an Aghanim Scepter, so not the bestest. But either way, we've got things calming down. If she gets some backup, she can certainly do this. Their lineup,
bottom? I don't think he's going to be able to get the kill though.
Aw, you say that, but I'm pretty sure this is a very dead Mirana. Yeah, you can charge it up for years, and Mirana taking just too much damage.
2 seconds stun when it's maxed, but for some reason I'm wrong every time I see that.
I think the only longer stun is the, well, I'm talking just stuns, folks, I'm not talking holds. Oh, never mind, we have a vacuum wall combo. This Roshan is suddenly going really wrong. Smash is trying to take it, and they do have the high ground tombstone, but in comes Mr. Alchemist, and he is doing more than enough damage, and Smash still hasn't killed the Roshan, and Abaddon snatches the Aegis! All of that work for nothing!
The question mark. I love this team.
Is under attack.
And yeah, Al's having a great time.
Zombies,
he is. He's chasing them because his teammates moved away. He actually needs to just stand in the tombstone. He got a bunch of gold there. He just suddenly got 3k gold. I don't know how much of that was from there. So
I thought they were actually going to be able to pick the Rosha. Counter question mark, please. They Sarah'd and killed Abaddon, so they got the Aegis.
Yeah,
that's
not yet.
time.
They've got a lot of work to do. They should be able to get him a second time easily, but unfortunately not as good as getting it the Aegis on Smash or on Jura.
Should have noticed the sword being placed if they had him.
Is under attack.
Yeah, it could have just been a bit too intense for them right there, being maybe a bit frustrated and not knowing. So, either way.
Oh, they smoke up, looking get a pick on the elf. He just popped Chemical Rage, but I think they have the damage to go through it if they get a long enough arrow.
And he is building the standard alchemist we see. They now know he's there. Between the two of them, they should have a snowball. They're gonna have the searing chains as well. I don't know if the arrow is coming from anyway. She's not close enough. And now turning around on both of them. Smash taking a lot of damage. Can't really stand up to that physical damage, but the chemical rage, as you said, there's the arrow. And they get the kill on Al, getting a killing spree and a huge off bounty because he was the top net worth. We'll take a look, but I wouldn't be surprised. Well, actually, this game is in favor of E-Wolves. So, yeah, it is close to 1,000. So.
Still a big kill though. Gives the Ember his mini crit. I also want to point out Bottom's probably going Yules. And if this is the case, I love him. This is like my favorite build on Bottom. He set up for arrows, makes you a lot more usable as a hero.
I wanted to say that Undying is going Aghanims. He's maybe going back for a Glimmer Cape, deciding that his team really needs some help and he can't pick up the super greedy item. But 10 Strength Steel on that Decay, it'll certainly help make Alchemist not hit as hard.
Might just be a casual cloak because they have a lot of magic damage in it.
I think
no value to get when you're this high HP.
No, I could agree with that. Wyvern also, I wonder if this is just a straight refresher on the Wyvern.
I'd probably go for Lotus Orb though instead because you remove a lot of the
We have a
stuff.
snowball into middle. Can they catch him? They get the ice shards. They don't have the flame guard, and there is a winter slug. A lot of damage coming out onto Stinger, but they should be able to finish up the gyrocopter and the immediate remnant away. They'll probably let Stinger fall, but you'll take off lane for their hard carry anytime.
Rip Tusk.
Yeah.
You know, creep away from to Snowball too, but Smash is coming back in. Might be able to pick up another kill here.
My goodness, yeah, Van actually lived for years. I actually went to go check out bottom because there was some action down there. A really strange vacuum. I think he expected maybe somebody else on the high ground, and I think that they've killed off this Wyvern. She goes down.
He wanted to back the Ember to the high ground to save his support, but he just missed it.
Yeah, and now with the cover of Moonlit Shadows, they might be able to pick up Alchemist. Let's see if they can get it. No, they can't get Ida. He's trying to drag him away from the creep wave to get the...
He's gonna set
That's
up off the stun. He doesn't have vision. Yeah, he had to guess. If the Ember like left a second remnant or something on the way back, he would have had the vision, which would have been... I don't know if it would have been a kill actually because of the Abaddon being there.
Yeah, 100%, and it ends up being, I still think, a bit... it's better for E-Wolves here, just because they got the carry, but this game, it's very even. E-Wolves doing a really good job of making it even, though I have to say, with this out, he is pretty far ahead. He's 4k ahead of the Ember, but certainly not one of those very, very one-sided Ember Spirit, Alchemist games we've seen in the past.
I feel like the problem here is because he went the build that he went, he's pretty much got to play minus the gyrocopter, because he's not getting the space to farm the items he wants. He's just about getting a at 30 minutes. That's not his fault either. He's been fighting, doing what he needs to do, but there's just no room because the Elf is taking 2 lanes in his entire woods. He only has Ancients, and even then the Elf's probably taking those as well. So it's all going to be on the Elf this game, and he will definitely have the damage to lock him down and kill him.
I feel like Gyrocopter is not going to be online for a long time, and Smash is getting there. He's already got Baby Crit.
He has a big crit soon, doesn't he?
He can.
Recipe? Yeah, he's got in 600.
Okay, well there's gonna be a stun that's dodged and smashes remnants away. So he's doing really well. Saving Grace is E-Wolves, I don't feel, have an easy way to group up their opponents, but even so, you don't want to fight into an Ember Spirit with Daedalus. It's just not fantastic. And we've got a lot of gold up on Dox here. He could combine for Guardian Greaves, but I think he might be worried about getting a Sheepstick online to try and lock down this Ember Spirit.
I think that's what the Midas was for, realizing this game's gonna go a bit later. So we can get the bigger item pickups, and the levels are definitely relevant on the hero.
He actually went, something I wanted to mention, but there was way too much action. Doxia went for a level build where he didn't get the wall at least until 9, maybe later. We've got an engagement in middle, Smash doing a lot of damage there, but there is so much backup here, he's just gonna remnant away. It's gonna be Aghanim's finish on Undying. So he went level 9 before he got the wall, and I feel like you can really get it a lot earlier these days.
The vacuum is useful though.
Yeah.
They want to fight like more often than more cooldown. The levels in vacuum help. You can use it to cancel TPs, which they don't have too many ways of. If you initiate with an Elk Stun and the Wyvern doesn't have TP, then they can, especially going in
we have the aggressive blink in, but that's the Stinger, and they're gonna pop that ult. They should be able to kill him off here anyway. Smash comes in, does quite a bit of damage. The mech's gonna heal them all up, and they'll get him with the Radiant Burn. That's a cooldown use, so this does mean that E-Wolves can rotate on this, but I don't know if they have any backup for Smash. He should have a remnant out. Oh, this arrow's gonna whiff. And now here finally comes the rest of the team, but Masoku might fall before that happens. They get a beautiful Sleight of Fist off with the crits, and I just don't know if it's enough. Undying's on the back lines, dropping a tombstone, stealing strength, but again, I don't know if it's enough damage there, and Alchemist is just going ham on them all. Undying does manage to kill off Satak. The gem is on the deck. Undying might get another kill. He is sitting at a casual 2.5k health, which he really shouldn't be. He's gonna take a stun to the face. Smash is coming in. Can there be a Sleight of Fist of Dreams? Gets a lot of crits there. there, but it looks like M-God is finally gonna fall. Smash coming in now too, he may just go down if he's not careful. M-God is still alive up here. Mystico trying to hide in the trees, but he has no TP and he'll just eventually burn down. The power shot missing as well. Windrunner seeing if she can't be the one to finish them off, trying to heal up, but there is nowhere to hide here. And any sort of shackle thrown in this area is gonna latch. So another really messy fight coming out of both teams, and apparently it's in favor of Unknown, but it just looked like a mess, that one.
Yeah, the Undying do a lot of work with his DK. I've never seen it in play before, so I'll be interested to see how it actually works out. Like it did that fight. Because if he can be in the front and let the Ember do what he was doing that fight, then it warrants a pickup entirely.
Yeah. So, either way, Gyrocopter, just bombing up down bottom. What do you go here? You're way behind, you need more damage desperately. I mean,
They actually dropped the curse top, they might be able to pick off Ember here.
Oh, he's... Oh my goodness. And by fine, you mean he got out on 40 health there, if we don't account
that's
for
an
regen.
auto attack. That's like an extra second. He had such a big window there, he was fine.
He got the lucky Oz crit though to kill off Wide Run.
Yeah, but you know, you have to play around that.
Well, yeah, he left it till the last minute, and again, Smash playing very well in this Ember Spirit. We've all seen him do pretty damn well with that. So,
Radiant's top tower is under
Doc's
attack.
here, gonna be wandering around. He has, yeah, I think it must be the sheep stick that he's building up for.
Going in.
Can they get the stun? And Smash is in a lot of trouble. He doesn't have a second life here. There was no backup. Next coming out way too late, and oh, there's gonna be the TP attempt, and yeah, he's dead first anyway. So not gonna be.
The bottom's there as well. She's
Yeah,
fine.
she's fine. So a little bit
Actually,
a big.
at the back. That was really close.
Yeah. A big turnaround for Unknown, getting themselves firmly back in this game. But again, this game has been so even. With an Alchemist, I really didn't expect us to get a game that has been within 5,000 gold the entire time. And I have to say, commending E-Wolves for their play, except for the kind of throw over there. Smash just picked up a gem. He bought it himself.
Yeah, because he
So
saw
perhaps
the
a bit of
Shadow Blade
frustration.
from the Elk. Like, that 3k gold that
Dire's
the
middle
Elk just
tower
spent on
is
the
under
Shadow Blade is
attack.
entirely warranted just by killing the Ember 1. So, like, now that they've got the gem, a question of who jumps first. If the Shadow Blade is still useful, then it's really good for the Elk. But
Dire's
if he gets
top
counted
tower
up by the
is
gem,
under
then
attack.
he's just going to sell it, and he's
Dire's
probably going to be
structures
happy
are
with killing the Ember
fortified.
once, because you just throw away items. Like, there's a problem with this hero.
Dire's
Yeah.
top tower
He
has
could
fallen.
also, not really anything good with a Silver's Edge here, although it does have a Solange in it, which tanks you up more. But yeah, as you said, he farmed so fast, it could just literally be a I locked down Ember Spirit once, or forced him to buy a gem item.
Yeah, and if you can kill him to take the gem, then it's value town, right? You force
Yeah.
him to buy the gem and then you take it. Next level.
Yeah. Alk again is sitting at 4k gold. Now, how do you feel? I assume, oh, he's actually gone for the AC. He's got Manta Illusions. I expect an Octarine to come out, and there's the Sheep Stick on to Dox here.
Dire's
But
top
since Alk could
tower
farm
is
it so
under
much faster, I feel like a Sheep Stick on him would have been a really nice pickup as well. He's got a self-stun in this mid lane with his Shadow Blade, but they don't see him at all. I think the Tusk had an idea because he backed up.
I actually like the fact he turned off his radio before he went for that, so they wouldn't see it. But they're coming
Yeah,
in
it
with
was-
smoke.
Both teams coming in. Smoke's gonna be broken. We have BKBs already out on Tusk. And there is... What is going on here? We've got a Winter Tusk finally on M-God. No big decay stacks here. But they've used that big cooldown just for one of them. Windrunner also picks up the Wyvern, although she already used her stuff. And it looks like Alk is going down. Glimmer Cape's not gonna save him. Steering Chain's totally off the mark. He didn't use the Sleight of Fist there. But they should be able to get the talk easily here. Borrow time top, but they'll just kite him until it is off cooldown. They'll even just take him back down from full, give him back all his life, and kill him again. And they get
Done
the
the
gem
gem as
on
well.
their side. Did they not notice it? I feel like Masoko...
I think that's in a place they will notice it. Yeah, someone just pinged it out. Bottom's
Okay.
just too scared of the wall illusion, so it's gonna let the Undying pick it up.
Yeah, a nice turnaround for them. Undying did buy back there. But they'll get the Roshan, and I don't think Doxia has nearly enough pushing power to do more than tickle this top tower.
Just what are you hiding?
I like the buyback from
Dire's
Undying
top
just to
tower
kill the
is under
fight.
attack.
Smash is
Same
actually bombing bottom, so this is a Windrunner Aegis as she gets bashed off the wazoo.
Oh, Windrunner.
It's not good when you're being bashed by Rose.
Radiant's bottom
I mean,
barracks are
he-
under attack.
Do a lot of damage here. Might force something to happen, but his team's not close, so he's not confident now.
Yeah. Now
And you said it was gonna be the refresher from Wyvern.
Yeah, I've seen this before. If you get a little bit of gold, you go straight refresher. So, and yeah, so we've got a tornado creep. They're dominating the Wild Wing Ripper for the tornado. Thoughts?
Optimal use of your helm. Now center stack ancient. More optimal use after defending bottom lane.
Okay. Well, either way, we're getting back into it. And
he's gonna go CS with it bottom instead. This is more optimal play. If he actually micros it to get the CS, this is good stuff. Push the lane out.
I don't think he
Oh,
will.
they're smoking.
Come
I
on.
like that. I also like how.
Oh my gosh, he
playing
is.
over
He's
these
trying to
deep
CS
wards.
with it, but he missed. Anyway, we have an engagement. That's enough CS action. We have a Shadow Blade leading the smoke charge, and they're gonna catch Tusk, but no, they want to go on Van. This should be enough time for the backup of Van. Still not dead. There's the Aegis pop. Winter's onto Stinger, and they want to back out here. No, they want to keep going in hand. Windrunner, they think, is in a bad position, but she just uses that Windrunner. Here comes Bottom. Lands the arrow drink. There's gonna be the second Starfall doing a lot of damage there. We've got Moonlit Shadows saving them all up, and Smash, he is ready to go ham, and there's gonna be a lot of damage with Gyrocops and Smash. He gets some more damn crit. There he goes. A big crit. Still looks like Mr. Abaddon's gonna get out, but they should be a-okay, and they kill off Alk on the backlines as well.
Yeah, that was just a bit over aggressive. I feel like just back when runner had ages. You should just be happy as soon as you use your Wyvern ulti. You have to be really careful because you have no way of locking down the Ember.
Yeah.
I don't think he even got hit in that fight, so
The
he
Ember?
was just able to do what he wanted. Yeah, well, at least had full health, so either he bottled up or he took very little damage.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
He
He
is
just able
having,
to do what he wanted.
even though they're buying a lot of stuff to lock him down, it feels like his game, as you said, has been very easy, and I really think Alk maybe should have thought of a utility item like that.
Radiant's
To lock
Oh,
him
he's
down
going
earlier.
for the Bastion now.
attack.
Like,
Yeah,
I
it
don't
might-
think he can get it any earlier. So this is why I dislike the Manta, because it's
Radiant's
gonna
bottom
build.
has fallen.
Yep, and they're just gonna Searing Chain Slide of Fist them. They're playing way back. I know the wall is down, but I think you have to stop this or you're gonna lose 2 lanes of racks, and I'm pretty scared here for the lineup of Unknown. This could just be them being out, and they already have played a game in this stall ladder. They are down a set, so they needed a win here, but looking like their chances of stall ladder maybe being dashed against the rocks by Smash. And the rest of his team. I have to say, Masoku, I'm still this Miss Marana, sorry. She is playing really well, and she's got some nice fur shoulders going on.
Oh, the Windrunner? Shame on you.
Oh, excuse me. Oh.
Regeneration.
I don't know. I think Marana's cooler. Anyway, let's take
I
a
mean,
look
it's
around.
easier to play bottom, right? You hit one button and it's like, if it latches, you're
I
like,
don't
wow,
know.
you
Like,
did a good
I
job.
still think the arrow prediction is really good, but Windrunner is working on her Chrysalis, I assume, after finishing up the MKB, so Alk's Radiant's really not. And this hybrid build where he's kind of that utility, that Snaga Siren Alk, but he's also actually just Shadowblade Basher Alk, I don't understand it. We've got a
He
smoke.
just adapted the build to the point of the game. And this top very ambitious here.
Yeah, he's gonna go down. The rest of the smoke is gonna catch him. Not exactly how you want to use a smoke. If you're Unknown, eventually he'll fall in the
They catch
snowball
the
for
Ember,
now.
though.
Oh,
They
yeah,
set
they
up a
actually get
CT,
him
so
with
I
the
don't think
Winter
he's gonna
Slow.
go down.
They might be able to do something here. They drop the wall as well. He's going to use... Oh, Windrunner actually kills off Wyvern as well. Does she get a Shackle of Dream? She has another one up soon. She should be able to do something here. If they can make sure that this Alk self-stuns, this is going to be really nice. And it's going to set up an arrow. That was a decently timed one. Windrunner gets the Shackle as well. And now she's pounding into them. Glimmer Capes aren't going to save you here. They try to heal him up, but it's not enough. And Brendan, in case they need to finish him off, using that Windrun just to take no physical damage. Smash is in a lot of trouble, but he's just going to chill on the side. Mgod actually not healing him up. He's going to slide a fist through the wall, but he gets vacuumed in, and now his illusion, it might crit him. There's going to be a little sheep stick smash. He's critting himself. He's going to go down to his Darkseer illusion, and that's what happens when you get big. And now they're trying to kill things off. Soku is going to kill off the Darkseer here. Well played there. Smash, unfortunately, did fall.
Yeah,
But
2
a
lucky
4 for
crits
3.
from the illusion,
Two.
taking
Yeah.
him out in the end.
I would like to take a drink, so I want you to talk about what Unknown can possibly do to get back in this game.
Well, the Wyvern getting refreshes is the first step, because at the moment the main form of lockdown on the Ember is the Sheep and the Wyvern ulti. And it's just not enough at the moment when the Elk is doing other things in the fight, and the Gyros is not providing enough damage yet. He's so far down on the net worth, he's below the Dark Series, pretty full of the Tusk. not where you want your damage dealing carry to be. So when they get the pressure up from Wyvern,
Radiant's middle barracks are under
probably their
attack.
biggest chance.
The Gyrocopter has a casual Sange, and yeah, they just lost a Rax. All they've got is the tier 2 up top.
Radiant's middle barracks are under attack.
I don't want to say it's over, but
Got it.
okay,
mean, they
it's still
can still
possible
win
that
for
Evils,
sure, but
yeah, Evils can make a
made it
couple
hard.
mistakes. So,
I don't think even if Evils make too many mistakes, like they have to play really well on Unknown regardless. Mistakes are gonna be there, it's just if you eyes on it.
oh, she showed that illusion. We are now 10,000 net worth behind for Unknown, also 15,000 experience. That one almost the bigger killer, although at this point I think most people maxing out. No, Abaddon still doesn't have that level 3 ult, neither does Wyvern. That one's huge on her. She's gonna have Refresher. If this game keeps going, she's gonna have Refresher. But as we do that, it looks like Van killing somebody off on the bottom lane, catches out the Gyro again, and she can just push Rax with this, pretty much. Oh.
No buyback on the Gyro, and if they find this out, they're gonna feel really confident. Hulk's probably gonna self-stun here as well. Oh, never mind, he has Blink. I did not know about.
Oh, he does actually manage to kill off the Tusk, but now he's being stunned. He's trying to turn around, he's in the steering case, he's taking way too much damage!
Question mark, I
Oh.
like this, I like this.
This is the payment from earlier, and in fact, Unknown, it looks like they're gonna be knocked out. Abaddon trying to keep himself alive. Alk does buy back, but as we said, Gyrocopter no buyback. Arrow off the mark from Masoku. And there's gonna be a vacuum, but there's no wall!
I like the fact he held the wall there. There was no
Taking it for
follow-up.
the high ground.
If he would have walled there, they would have felt really confident to go mid and finish off the racks. But no, he still has that, probably makes them a bit more hesitant. They're more likely to wait actually and buy more time for Unknown to get what they need to be able to win fights. Things I want to note, Podom has Blink ATOS, which is really good at kiting these heroes. Out no BKB. Gyro's BKB is slowly going down, it's at 6 right now. Top of that, Undying has is able to get into the fights better, which I like.
Yeah, we've got a lot of sweet, swell pickups, and taking a look around. Sorry, I was just trying to make sure we can't hear. I have some noises coming from the other room, so I was hoping you can't all hear them. But, Alk, he's just in a bad spot. That Abyssal Blade's not going to be up for a while. I mean, okay, maybe he gets a lucky tombstone again, which he can palm the shit out of, but it's looking rough for Unknown. Undying also has a Blink Dagger, and a Vlad. Like,
Yeah, I like
Smash,
this Undying build.
Smash has a crap ton of damage coming out for him. It's going to be a really long Roshan, which I think is fantastic for Unknown. It's going to help buy them some more time in this game.
Yeah, at the same time, Duels are close to a set of items if they want it, opposed to the buybacks, which they could definitely look to buy out with Aegis. Because even if they get wiped, it's going to take Unknown quite a while to push out the lines. So they might be willing to just buy out, knowing that they have 2 tier 2s.
Yeah, what do you feel about stuff like Lotus Orb at this point in the game? Oh, Smash actually going on top, trying to see what he can do to Alk, but he's going to wander off.
Which team?
Really, for either, I feel like Lotus Orb against the Shackle could be helpful, and then of course Lotus Orb against the Wyvern. You know that you've got a sheep stick flying around.
Tusk could get one, great, but he's really far behind. The Undying could also look for one because getting more armor on him when he has big HP pools, very HP a lot. Over on Unknown, if the Undying could get one, sorry, not the Undying, the Abaddon could get one, I think he's the only real candidate because Wyvern's 1k away from his item. Darkseer looks like he's gonna go for an E-Blade to stop the target. Windrunner focus size dying instantly, which I like. It's a really smart pickup.
Yeah.
I'm sure it will be enough though.
Yeah, I am not sure as well. While it can definitely debuff a bunch of stuff, it looks like Ewolves just want to wait for this Roshan and go. And it'll definitely be something where they have everything they need here.
Mid though.
Yeah, he's gonna see if he can get in. He doesn't. He has the blink, but he didn't. What hit him? I think the power shot hit him.
No, he decided to not go. I think he saw the Ember mid initially, and then as soon as he saw the second hero, he's like, no, I'm not going, it's too risky.
Yeah, I saw his blink go on cooldown, so I wasn't sure if maybe the power shot hit him before he went out.
He just blinked back.
Okay.
He was
So-
here scouting the high ground, then he just blinked back. However, the Ember's invis right now. They're too scared to go, but they're getting wrapped around on here.
Yeah, and this is better than the smoke. Actually, the tombstone on the high ground again. You can still get the K-stacks from up there. Cold Embrace, but they have a lot of magic damage. More vacuum combo and the Winter's Curse. Can Gyro do something? Big cooldown gonna come out. And Mazoku dead. Both going down. That's a godlike streak. And suddenly the rest of E-Wolves, they are in a bad spot. This long Roshan timer really punishing them. And both teams know the Roshan is up. They're gonna back out, but at the same time, who's that working on their tower? Windrunner, she's bought back. Van is going in. If they kill her again, she is just dead though. But instead, she's gonna make sure she gets a lane of rack. She does. She actually already used the Windrun. She's gonna Windrun right by them. She needs to get that blink off, but 1 more second. She has to not be a piggy vacuum back. I don't know if she has this. This might have just been a death for her, but she just kills up dogs here. Even if she goes down, she's gotten something. She now has the Windrun up. She still needs to blink away, and she may go down to the rocket. She's at 150 health, and he actually uses. Oh gosh, this is not good for Van. Oh no, Van walks right into the Alchemist of both Van and Amgod. That is a dieback. If they can kill off Alp, there's the cooldown. I don't think this was good for E-Wolves. I think that was a really atrocious team fight for them. Yes, they got a secondary Rax, but they lost a lot, and they might have lost Roshan here.
I think if they go for Roche, Smash is able to mess around with them too much so that they don't feel confident.
That was a
going for
9k
it.
gold swing, by the way.
Wyvern getting his refresher now, so he has both assaults in 17 seconds, which is where Van and Smash have to be really careful. Smash actually opting for either a third crit, an MKB, or a Divine, which I think is a bit overkill. Rather see a blink or some kind of mobility, I think. He's actually going in mid, but he's on his own here, he could die.
He could die. In fact, he's getting Atos up. They're gonna try to kite him. BKB. You still take damage though, physical, and they might not be able to kill off the Alchemist with the backup coming out. Searing Chain, Sleight of Fist combo. It does work, but Monta's out of it. I was going to say that that Mr. Gyrocopter, he has gone. Sanjanyasha at 46 minutes in, I think is about when he got that before the team fight, probably a bit earlier, but Sanjanyasha probably going to make a Satanic. He is still really lacking damage, and I feel like Sanjanyasha this late into the game, not stellar.
It's most efficient choice of item though.
But he didn't have it earlier. I feel like it's good early, maybe something else later, or just still sitting with that Sanjanyasha.
I mean, I think it's fine, honestly.
Oh. Arrow just misses the Roshan, but now they know, everybody knows, there's gonna be a tombstone on the high ground as well. There's a leap, the blink up there by Masoku, and now they can get a lot of damage, but it looks like Tusky's taking too much of it. Where is Smash? He needs to sleight of fisting around the pit. Abaddon does manage to kill off Stinger, and I don't know if Stinger, he does use his buyback there. Smash is locked in that Winter's Curse, but it is not gonna last for long enough. Arrow hits on the Wyvern, who used the refresher, not gonna be able to get that off twice. Smash might be able to escape. In comes Masoku again, force-stopping himself down, but the outcome's coming out of God, that's gonna be a dieback for him. Not much. Oh gosh, Wyvern, she still has the Winter's Curse if she wants. Gyrocopter on the backline dies to Windrunner. Must have been way over to the right of the fight of where we're watching. Ebony's going down in the base and the other tier 4. Snowball in, Arrow gonna hit. This is a totally dead Wyvern, and they've gotten her. And now they're gonna be forced to use the buybacks on E-Wolves. Oh, sorry, on Unknown.
Who do they have? They only have one buyback. Okay, the Alps just came up.
But it is rough. I definitely thought that team fight was going to go the way of Unknown with the refresher coming out of the Wyvern, but just the surprise arrow onto her, meaning she couldn't use it to continue to lock down Smash, not enough.
Game-saving arrow, honestly.
Yeah. And I think it was especially good because I don't think the refresher had been scouted yet. So,
I think they saw it.
Okay. Either way, Smash was caught out of position, and she could have just used the two of them, but of course arrowed up. We're gonna see maybe just a siege on their base. They could also wrap around on top, but instead they're just gonna focus fire on that tower. Yeah, he is gonna self-stun over there. Not too bad, but here comes the Undying. Actually surprised Windrunner didn't blink into that shackle. Drops the tombstone, that's gonna go down fast. Gyrocopter finally uses the buyback. A wall is down, Gyrocopter's coming in. They have no more tier 4s, but at the same time, this might have been an overextension from E-Wolves. BKB pops, and now they're walking in. They're in the snowball, saving lives. That's Alf then. He doesn't use it, immediately uses buyback. Greedy is down for the count, no buyback on him. Gyrocopter, if he goes down here, it's a dieback, and E-Wolves very happy that they forced those two buybacks and got the tier 4.
Yeah, really well played there by the Tusk, saving the Ember from his... Come on, think he got Abyssal after
Yeah.
the stun, so he would have died for sure. But he got snowballed, he ate the cheese, and then I think he got some crits, which killed the elf.
100%. And how do you feel about this Ember Spirit build? Double crit? I mean, I feel like there aren't enough heroes to say that you're gonna go a second Battle Fury.
I think this is a better build, personally. Double crits just... yeah, your chances of critting pretty
Good story.
heavily.
Yeah, no, it definitely does.
I'm not
It procs
exactly
one,
sure
then
on
the
the
other.
map, so that's
It
why I
procs
was
one,
like...
then it checks one, and then it checks the other, is my understanding. So you've got a lot more chances. Also, I wanted to mention that Ember Spirit, just because of how well the rest of Eagles has been playing, we really have to... Smash is getting a lot of kills, and he's clearly playing well, but the rest of Eagles is enabling him to play such a gloss cannon. He does not have a single defensive item on Ember Spirit. Rarely. I mean, he had the drums, but he sold them. Rarely do you see an Ember Spirit who's so free to play this aggressively, this gloss cannon, and Ewol's just setting it up for Smash.
Yeah, the Tusk is one of the best heroes for this. Right now he has BKB, so you can always get in there to help him out with the Blinker as well.
Yeah.
Radiant's top
Pretty
tower
much
is
one of the
under
best
attack.
heroes, I think, to enable builds this. And you have
Yeah.
the front line from the Undying, and the Windrunner's like your follow-up damage as well, so... multiple heroes they need to focus.
We've got Smash wandering around, thinking about going in. Both of our teams have to be playing very carefully, and we only have another 2 minutes on that Aegis, so they can actually kind of slow siege here, E-Wolves, but they do have to be a bit careful. You take too long.
I was hitting Darts here.
Oh goodness, they're going in. They use the Winter's Curse onto Van. They've also got a lot of damage coming out from the Gyro, but can they follow up on Van? Refresher is popped, so there's a secondary Winter's Curse, and Smash is in a lot of trouble. The second Winter's Curse on him. He is knocked out for the count. He does have buyback Van. Gonna probably be using that Aegis here. It is not a good spot, but immediately the buyback from Smash and Van, now ready to go in ham, has used that Aegis. They're ready, looking for more kills. There could be a stun though out. In comes Masoku, gonna be the one who takes that stun, but Snowball picking her up and saving her. And now it looks like the Alk is finally going down. This is probably just GG if the missed chances stop. They should be able to kill off the dogs here or just work on the tower. Shackle onto Wyvern. Shackle of Dreams. Arrow as well, hitting onto Zitok, and that is GG. Unknown, unless something really weird happens in their group, is out, I believe, of their group. 2 losses. So yeah, they're gonna fountain bomb a little bit, but that's the GG call.
Really well played by League Wolves. I like the fact they're bringing bottom into the game again. They played around it really well. And the casual question mark. I like this.
Oh yeah, and they actually asked folks in the lobby as a